All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another live New York session. It is March 9th, 2023. And we're going to be trading NAS100 once again. So before we get started, let's go ahead and check the news. And as we can see, we don't have any major news today. We have regular NFP tomorrow, so we're going to be trading that. So stay tuned for that. So since we don't have any major news, let's go ahead. We're going to start marking up supply and demand market structure from the 15-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame. Then we'll scale back to the 15-minute time frame and figure out what's the highest possibility that prices either going to buy or sell according to supply and demand. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is as far as price goes. So we're going to put our vertical line here. So now, when we really look at price at this point, we can see that there is a huge demand here. And the reason why we say that is because price came down all the way to this point and tested this area, and huge amount of buyers in this area created a lot of liquidity and started pushing price up. And that's why price been bullish all the way up to this point up here. Okay. So we can see that there is major supply up in these areas. As price reached up to a certain point and it was attracting a lot of sellers. All right. But in between price actually coming up to this point, we can see very solid zones. So we can see there's a very solid zone here. We can see it was one here. And then also we can see that there was actually one in this area here. And here. So we could see how price was actually respecting a lot of these areas. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mark up supply demand zones. So let me make this yellow. And this is what we're pretty much going to do from the 15-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame. And then when we scale back to the 15-minute time frame, we do a little bit of touching up, a little bit of marking up to further evaluate where more likely price is going to go. And liquidity sets in at the 930 candle, right? So we got all these marked up here. So we can see that there was a solid demand zone down here as well. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 30-minute time frame here. Up, all right. So now we're going to go all the way back to where the last vertical line was, which was here. So now we can see that we can mark up these areas here. So I want to put a vertical line right up in this area. And then we can see that price came up in respect to this zone here. And then it pushed up here. Obviously, there was a huge amount of sellers there that pushed price all the way back down to this point. So we're going to make this, excuse me, green. Make this zone green. So that's good there. Let me see. This is pretty much marked up pretty good here. So I'm going to double check to see if there's anywhere else we can mark up down here, and if not. All right, so I'll go ahead and move that to the 1 hour. So now we're on the 1 hour time frame. So this is the last vertical line we had here. This is where we marked up last here. So now we can mark up these areas here. So we're going to put a vertical line right up in this area. So obviously, and I couldn't move this zone down kind of down here. This might be a better fit. So then we see that there was another huge amount of supply here. So I'm going to make this red to be 1 hour. And then price got past this point of respecting it and pushed all the way up here. So we can see this huge supply up here. And we can, of course, see that there was solid zone here as well. This price respected a whole bunch of time to push all the way up to here. So we'll go ahead and so that kind of makes it even more sense. I probably put something that I can get there. Yeah. So that's good. So now what we'll do is we move to the 4-hour time frame. And when we move to the 4-hour time frame here, so now we're at current price right here. So we can see it all the way right here. So more likely price is probably resting on this supply area. So it's a huge chance that it might attract some sellers and probably push it down. That's a possibility. Let's go back to the 15-minute time frame and figure that out. You see, really here, price hit this area before, so there's probably going to be a huge amount of sellers. There's probably a huge supply area here. So it's probably a huge possibility that price probably will maybe sell. So I'm thinking that price is really going into a downtrend at this point. It's a huge possibility. So that's what I'm thinking at this point. And not only that, price getting a huge move to the upside, this created a lot of price imbalance in the market. So they have all this imbalance that they're going to have to actually level out to make their money back, and they continue the direction they want to go. So I probably would say that price is probably going to sell down. As you can see here, there's huge demand in this area here, of course. So we're going to put a zone there. And what I'm thinking is, personally, I'm thinking that price is going to come all the way down. Like this previous structure, create a swing low in this demand zone, and then buy back up. Yeah. That's what I'm personally thinking. So what we're going to do is we have, let me say the progress here. We have about a little bit over 4 minutes to the 9:15 candle closes. Once that happens, then we'll go ahead and make our decision as far as what we want to do. What I'm saying is this yeah. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to wait until the 9:15 candle closes, and then we'll move on to the next step. So be right back. All right, so we got about 5 seconds until the 9:15 candle closes. So I'm thinking that price is going to actually sell now. So I'm going to put my risk to reward to a little bit above this rate. And so if price decides to shoot a little bit up and hit up in the supply area to gather more liquidity and then drop, but I'm looking to get at least this much points and NAS. Right? And 57. That's what I'm looking at. Now, if price decides to come down from this candle, then I'm looking to get this much in NAS. Now, the ultimate goal, let me do this. The ultimate goal is to get at least all this liquidity maybe down to this point. So there might be a solid zone here. I might focus on maybe getting that. But if it goes further, then I'd be focused on trying to get all this liquidity down here. But that's the goal that I'm shooting for. So let me go ahead and label these take profit zones like that. All right, so I set my take profit zones here. So we're going to wait until 928. Then at 928, we're going to switch to the MetaTrader 4 chart. So that way, we're going to watch this candle here. We're going to initiate 2 trades. 1 trade on the MetaTrader 4 on the computer, and then of course 1 trade in the MetaTrader 4 on the phone. So that way we'll see which direction price goes. So I'm going to initiate the sell on my phone and then the buy on the computer here. And that's what I'm going to actually do. So 928, we're going to switch to this chart and initiate the trades. And then when we get closer to 930 candle, we're going to switch to this chart and then watch this candle and see what we did maybe get. So we have, let's see, we're talking about 928. We have about 8 to 9 minutes. So once we get close to that, we'll get everything going. We'll be right back. All right, so it's 9:27. So we're going to go ahead and get ready. So we're going to switch over to the MetaTrader 4, and this is the candle we're going to be focusing on, or this is the area. So once it turns to 928, we're going to initiate a trade. So I'm going to actually do a buy on this MetaTrader 4 platform, and then in the phone, I'm going to do a sell. So once it hits 928, we are going to do that. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes here, and then we'll get it going. So let's just wait and see. And so we went on ahead and initiate the trades. So let's see. So I'm going to switch back to trading view. And then once we get to about 20 seconds, then we're going to switch to the MetaTrader 4 chart, and then we're going to prepare. So be right back. Okay, it's 9:29. I'm going to switch over to the MetaTrader 4 chart now. And so then it's going to be show time in a couple of minutes here. So we're going to wait. So let's see. 930 candle just closed. So now let's see which way price is going to go. So we're going to focus on this candle here. So the goal is to get at least 3K profit off of this. Is it trying to buy it up? Interesting. It looks like we see. So on this here, we're about 3K. Well, it was 3K. We closed it, but I think it's gonna sell. Let's see. So it's pulling down. Right, so we just profited 4K on that. See, today's the 9th. We profited over 4K on that. Okay, that's good. So it looks like it's buying up, but it might be possibly in that supply zone. So I think it's ultimately going to sell. So I'm gonna hold this second trade in the phone. I'm gonna see if it sells, and if it sells, then I'm gonna also catch that as well. Yeah, looks like it's going to sell. Let me switch to trading here. Yeah, see, it looks like it's selling now. So then I'm gonna try to ride this too. So see, I'm doing 15K. So once if I end up reaching 3K on this trade, then I'll resume this report and be right back. All right, so looks like price is still hitting all this liquidity up here. So I think it's probably gonna go up and then probably start swinging down. I might hold this sell and see where it's eventually going to go. Or I might just go ahead and close it. But I'm gonna wait a few more minutes to see what I'm gonna do. We made money on this buy on the MetaTrader 4, close to 5 grand. So so I might just hold this trade for a little bit longer. But so it might get all this liquidity up here and then start to come down. That's what I'm thinking. Might hold on a little bit longer and see what it does, but I'll give it another maybe 15, 20 minutes to see. If not, if it keeps on buying up, then we'll just cut the trade. So be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and just cut the sell on this one. It bought up hugely, so it's probably gonna go all the way up here and then probably shooting down. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and cut it. So we made about over 4 grand, close to 5 grand. And then try to fall the computer here. So that's fine. So all right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap up this New York session. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna be trading NFP tomorrow. So stay tuned for that.